Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and I want to kind of talk about what I've been seeing, and I don't think I am seeing it correctly. That's why I thought I'd better talk about it. And what it is, I've noticed, I made years ago, I made a video talking about how when women get into a career that um, that career deteriorates in the way of the standards of the pay, the how people see it as important, what it is that they're doing. And when I was talking with examples, I made some examples like in the old days, teachers were males, and it was highly respected and stuff. And then when women got into it, it's not, it just things seem to go wrong, and uh, it's a good example is police, law enforcement. When it was all males, it was one thing, and then when they started letting females get in, it kind of changed things, and they people have lost respect, and they don't do as good. And now I've noticed it in the military. Okay, I will admit it was 50 years ago when I was in the military, and uh, they had women were clerks and stuff like that, but most everything else was clerks and nurses, and most everything else was male. And now, they're supposed to be so good now, and I've noticed even the military seems to have they're not as strong as they used to be. When you once you let the women in there, I see when I was in, they made sure they kept the women a long ways. Women Marines, they kept them a long ways from us, and I'm not sure if the men have lost their, what's it, testosterone or whatever it is, that hormone makes you more manly. If the males have lost this, or they don't have as much now, and maybe the women are getting more of it, I'm not quite sure what's going on, but and I think the men have been beaten down uh, in the way of, like I say, I like action movies, and I can't hardly watch action movies anymore because, like I say, they've got the men are wimps, and the women are doing stuff that they can't do. I mean, they have uh, in the physical part, they're doing stuff that they physically can't do, but well, they can in the movies, but uh, so, and then the men uh, don't act manly. So I don't know if it's because you don't act manly, you get to be wimpy, or what. So it's concerning me, and because our standards have dropped so low on everything that it's amazing to me. You good quality stuff, you know. normally when men are making this stuff, uh, they're more focused on getting good quality stuff. Now they've simplified things so much that things aren't even made; they're assembled. So there's no skills involved. And I look around and I think of all the skills that I've learned throughout my life, and now I look at these, and a lot of them I learned young, and uh, I've had to develop those skills into different things to make other skills more valuable for me. And now I've seen these young people, they're not learning one skill after another skill after another skill. They've simplified everything that they need to do so simple that they're not thinking, they're not learning. They're just doing as they're told. Uh, Now, and I'm not sure where this is all going, but I know it's not going anyplace good because it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I say uh, women want to be men, and men don't want to be men. They don't act manly. And now, to make it even worse, I noticed there's places I've been where they've got what those LEG, BG, whatever bathrooms or transvises or something bathrooms. In other words, you don't need to have a sex to go to the bathroom, or you're gonna have both sexes to go to the bathroom. It's something I don't know what it is, but it's instead of being a man or a woman's room, it's everybody can go in that room. So I just kind of weird. I don't go into those places. I go someplace else. I say uh, I have no problem being a man, acting like a man, standing up like a man. It's the same thing. I don't wear a mask. But you can't come in unless you have a mask. Good, I'll go somewhere else. Piss all you. I don't have to be there. There's other places I can go. You know what I mean? So, that's being a man. And I'll admit I don't have my wife anymore. But I say if I had my wife, I'd tell her don't go in there. You're not going to go in the place. They require a mask. You don't need to wear a mask. So piss on it. Don't. You're not going to go in there. So, you know what I mean? And that's being a man again. I'm in the leadership for my woman, and my woman wants to take care of me because I'm her man. It's kind of I thought it was a simple kind of a system setup, but I guess it's not that simple. These people don't even know. A woman doesn't know how to be a woman, and a man doesn't know how to be a man. It's really kind of weird, and they're not. Uh, the men and the women aren't taking the I want to say take the pride in their work, but the thing is that's not really right. It's it's okay. A woman does woman work, and so be proud of doing your woman work. A man would do his man's work. Be proud of doing your man's work, and they don't. And it's showing up a lot. And I think it's going to show up on the kids. This is why we're talking about these young people in the 20s and maybe 30. Uh, their minds are kind of weird, and that's it. And I'm thinking, uh, even the communists, they look at men and women are the same. So maybe that's why they're weak. That's why they have to. They don't look at us as strong individuals. They look at them as part of the herd, and this is what they're trying to get people to respond to things as part of the herd. And like I say, since I'm not part of the herd, I just do what. Well, you're not wearing a mask. Yeah. I know you ought to be, I'm not insulting to them by telling them how they're a wimp because they're wearing the mask and they're staying 6 feet apart and stuff like that. I mean, hey, I mean, I'm a man. I got manners too. So, but like I said, and I don't expect everybody to be equal. So I mean, I guess you're not it's not as manly as me. And so and I don't want to insult them. It's like I say, in the old days, this is what was good before I got my wife. I'd slap people around, make people do anything I want them to do. And then she kind of explained to me how that's not quite the proper way of doing things. Well, now we're to the stage where no, you don't have to, you don't even have to slap people around to get them to do it. They just kind of do as they're told. I mean, really kind of strange stuff. But we're getting misled all over, all around us. It's just bad. And I'm not quite sure how it's going to work out. I know it's not going to be the same. And now here I'm back in Topeka, and I've noticed they're not wearing masks as much as they were down in Oklahoma. I went down to Oklahoma; they're not hardly wearing masks at all. And I heard Texas isn't wearing masks, so what I mean. But Kansas, they're still a little flaky. But then again, on the Kansas, middle of Kansas somewhere, there's a line, and it used to be the north of the line was Northerners, and the south was the Southerners. So you could used to be able to tell the difference. Now people are moving around a lot, so now you don't really see the northern and southern type people. You see more of the wimpy kind of people. I mean, they're not strong individuals, and I don't think there's a line for that. I think it's just in general, but uh, still, the Northerners are more. This is the law. Everybody got to do everything like that, and the Southerners, laws were made for criminals. Because good people don't need laws. I mean, so it's just still a lot of stuff like this that I haven't quite figured out. But like I say, this is just not a good thing. I think people are going to have to learn how to stand and be a strong individual. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.